drag one.
All right, you're watching this video because you're wanting to be a better bear hunter. You're wanting to kill a bear every year. At least that should be your goal, if you ask me. All right, so this video is going to be for the bear hunter who either doesn't have access to a pack of hounds or doesn't have the space for a dog, and for the guy or girl who can't bait in your state. I'm not against hunting with dogs. I've got a really addictive personality, and I know I would like it. I don't have any friends that bear hunt with hounds. I know I would like it. I don't have space for a pack of hounds right now. And in Virginia, you can't bait on public land for bears. If I could, I would definitely do it. I think it would increase your odds. So anyway, we're gonna go over my 3 reasons why I think you're not killing a bear every year. There's probably a multitude of reasons, but these are the top 3 in my opinion. So I'll give you some tips, some tricks. I hope it's gonna help, and I hope you enjoy it. One of my top reasons why I think people are not killing a bear every year is you're just not hunting good bear sign. Okay, the best bear sign is seeing a bear. Okay, the second best bear sign in my opinion is fresh scat. So you need to be looking for that. And my favorite place to look for fresh scat is just going to be like on an old logging road or drag road, what some people call it, down the center of a ridge, a flat, just anywhere where it is a easy spot for a bear to walk. Okay, so that scat was probably left during the night. Could have been left during the day, but a lot of fresh scat that I find walking in the mornings was left, like we'll say, post 5:30 and before 7 a.m. But if you're not hunting over fresh scat, you're definitely not hunting over where the bears are at. Okay, so you gotta be hunting where the scat is at, and I'll post some pictures on the way of what that looks like. All right, and the second best thing in my opinion is fresh tracks. Okay, that could be going up a muddy logging road, at a wallow somewhere. If you find a wallow in warm weather, that is awesome. Just recently here, last week while I was at work, I came across a really nice wallow, had an awesome trail coming out of it. I'll show you a picture of that. And just look on the ground, okay? You'll see like a pad where the bear stepped. Okay, so that's a direct indication that a bear has been there. So you need to be in and around that area. Okay, if you're having trouble finding bear signs, just be patient. Look for acorns that are dropping. So you'll be able to find some. You just have to be observant and you'll do good. Here's an awesome tip for a place to find where the bears are at. Okay, if you have a major hiking trail in your area, mine's the Appalachian Trail. Be cognizant of hearing trail closures between X mountain and X road or X trailhead and wherever because of bears. Okay, hikers, they're really not a huge fan of seeing bears at night or in their campground or digging through their vehicles or whatever. So they will post that publicly of where bears are being issued. And a lot of times that's in national forest. So they'll give you a heads up of where to start a hunt at. All right, just remember that and be looking for it this fall. The second reason why I think you're not killing a black bear every year is because they're busting you with their nose. A black bear's nose is 7 times better than a black hound, which is like 2,100 times better than my and your nose. So a bear can smell you just if you've walked across a track, a trail, wherever they're going to smell you, but you do not want to be like upwind of where the bear are at or where you think they're going to be. It's going to be hard to do that every single time you go out hunting. What I'm talking about is if you're on this side of the ridge, the wind is coming across you, either hitting the side of your head or your back, neck, or whatever, and you suspect the bear's down below you, that's a terrible setup. You do not want the bear to get your wind, be down below you, or whichever way the wind is blowing towards the bear. So to accommodate that, you need to be hunting to where the wind is blowing from the bear to you. Like I said, it's hard to do every time. Sometimes they're going to surprise you when you see them. But if you're setting up on a stand or in an oak flat or something, that should be pretty easy to predict which way the wind is coming. Okay, and so back, I don't know, a few years ago, my dad harvested a bear, and he was walking up this ridge. In one spot, he even stopped and leaned up against a tree for a little while, looking around, came on up the ridge. It wasn't long, a bear actually come right up his same track, okay? but the wind was blowing from the bear to him. Okay, now the bear knew someone had been through there, and he knew that because the bear actually stopped at the tree he was at, stood up and sniffed the tree where he was at, and rubbed his back along the tree, okay? The bear eventually made its way right to where my old man was at. He was there with a bow and plugged it like 10, 15 yards. So they're going to smell you. It's not always a bad thing, as long as your wind is not blowing right to them, okay? So you'll figure it out, and it's probably one of the harder things, in my opinion, to avoid. But anyway, they're definitely going to smell you if you're in the area. So just be mindful of that. The third reason why I think people are not killing a bear every year is just you're simply not educated in the craft of bear hunting and bears, okay? The best way to get educated on that, in my opinion, is to buy a book or subscribe to Bear Hunting Magazine. They post some really awesome articles every 2 months. They've got a great website, great podcast, so check that out. If you want to get up to date on bear hunting, that's the place to do it. Probably the second best place is going to be reading a book. My favorite is Black Bear Hunting by Douglas Bose. This is an awesome book. He goes over bear hunting in great detail. He goes over tracks, scat, other sign, where to look for them, the habits of a bear. He even goes over predator calling for bears, field dressing, cooking the bear meat. Excellent book. Excellent book. Get your hands on this. You're going to love it. Another great book to kind of go over just the history of bear hunting is The Bear Hunter's Century. So this book is full of just short stories about many different bear hunters, from Theodore Roosevelt to Wilbur Waters. There's some people in here that the way they hunt and their style is not up to standards nowadays, but it gives you a good look at what men and women's drive was 150 years ago on bear hunting. Now, these people all respected bears, but conservation, we'll say it like this, some of them were not conservation-minded people, but this is still a really great read, awesome book. You'll be able to figure out a lot about bear hunting and their personalities from this book. These other two books, I just recently picked them up, so I'll post a link to these books if we can find one for them. They're a little bit older books, but they go into great detail on just the habits of bear, some of the guns and ammo you could use for bear hunting. Douglas Bose also does that, goes over a really good deal on that. But anyway, you just need to be educated in black bears. They're not like hunting deer. They're not like hunting turkeys. They're probably not like anything you've ever hunted, okay? They're big, they're fast, they got thick hair, a lot of fat, they've got long claws, they've got sharp teeth. They're beautiful. Whenever you see one in the woods for the first time, you're going to think, how is that bear so shiny and so black to live outside in every hour of its life? You're going to be addicted once you get on one. But anyway, if I could tell you 2 things to really expedite your bear hunting, it's going to be pick you up a book, Black Bear Hunting by Douglas Bose, or subscribe to Bear Hunting Magazine. These both just stay on my nightstand, in my truck, my backpack at work, just whatever. So get you some books, magazine, and check out major trails for hiking. Be cognizant of what's going on in the hiking world. They'll tell you where the bears are at. Get after them this fall. Take care.